Let me see the money. Let me see the money. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
What's up?
come on, man. Let's do this, man. What you know about that, homeboy?
Yeah, Sway the Morning Shave for 5. Easily one of the most legendary, iconic people to ever come from this culture.
Yes.
I remember first seeing him in Breaking 1984, and I was like, yo, I want to be that guy right there. One day, when he made 6 in the morning, police at my door, fresh Adidas streak across the bathroom floor. Come on, man. I was in Oakland pretending like I was him. Come on, his gangster was international, Heather B.
I know
But
it.
people don't even give, when we think of like LL, when we think of Ice Cube, and we think of all these early artists who got into the movies, you got to mention his name. And got into Hollywood, you got to mention his name as well.
Absolutely.
Of some of the movies he's done, DB.
I mean, we just played a clip from New Jack City when Ice played Scotty Appleton along with Pookie for Chris Rock, who received so much acclaim for that role. I mean, that was an iconic film in itself. Who's the Man with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre when they ran up on you in that bar.
That was the first movie I ever did that the contract said, what do you get paid? It said, on the strength.
Did it say that? Did it say that?
You know what? Get out, Ice-T. You got to get out. You got to get out.
Everybody, that was the movie y'all got paid. We was on the strength.
On the strength?
That movie.
Nobody made no money?
Nah, come on, man. Moni Love. It was one of those movies where if you got called and you said no, hip-hop was one big family.
Yeah.
If you said no, it was a bad look.
Uh-huh.
So we all showed up, represent.
Okay. Did you get paid for Breaking?
Little money. I don't know how much money I made for Breaking. Probably SAG rate. I did New Jack City for a SAG rate. I made $26,000.
Okay.
That movie made $82 million. Welcome to Hollywood.
Okay.
I really didn't get paid. I remember when I got to do Ricochet with Denzel Washington, I walked into Joe Silver's office. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, New Jack City, it's time. I'm about to get paid. He said, Ice-T, you've done one movie. Here we go again. So I made like $50,000 for that movie. I really didn't get paid till I did Tank Girl.
Wow.
Tank Girl.
With Lori Petty.
Lori Petty, where I was a kangaroo.
That was a 95. That was 95.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Tank Girl, and I got a call, and they said, yo, we want you to do play a stripper in Arizona. I was doing a movie with Keanu Reeves called Johnny Mnemonic at the time. That was okay, check. But then they called me. I said, stripper in Arizona. I said, hell yeah. So that night I did like 1,000 sit-ups, try to get my shit together. But then the next day they sent me a picture of a kangaroo. I'm like, what am I, a stripper dressed like a kangaroo? What's good? Like, they said, no, it's a ripper. A ripper, and the movie's called Tank Girl. It sounds so generic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why ain't I with Keanu Reeves right now? Like, what's happening? Then they told me how much I was getting for the movie. I got like $1 million. I was jumping around like a kangaroo. And then, that's what it was. But that was my first real, actual, respectable.
You got $1 million?
Well, yeah, I got $1 million, yeah.
Ice-T is here, ladies and gentlemen.
For that movie. Not the other ones.
Not even surviving the game?
You got to work your way. Surviving getting like $750.
$750. That was an ill ass movie.
But you got people like Will that's make $20 million a picture. It's like you got to work your way up in the business to where they feel that, and also the thing, Tank Girl was like a $60 million movie. So if you in a movie that has a budget of $3 million, I got news. You ain't getting $1 million.
Right.
I don't know, it's a $3 million movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's all relative to the budget.
Okay, so when did you start Body Count? OG, the original gangster?
Body Count started. Okay, Body Count was started because, I was on tour with Public Enemy, and I was watching kids mosh off of hip hop. When they would play "Bring the Noise," they would mosh. So I was like, man, you know what? I need to start a rock band. So I had my friend Ernie C., who went to high school with me, who always played guitar. And I went back. I said, let's do a metal band. Let's do something a little bit different. Because at the time, doing side things, even rappers had side bands.
Yeah.
Let's do something different. Let's do something rock. And put my homeboys from Moose Man was selling weed. Beatmaster V, the drummer, was selling weed. D-Rock was Ernie's student. We put the band together. And we used to play pizza joints in L.A. We would play small things just to see if it would work. But it broke with the OG album. We did the song On With the Body Count on the OG album. And now we're 8 albums in. And it's actually really, like, bigger than Ice-T.
Yeah.
You know, like not a lot of people around here, especially hip hoppers, they don't know. But like we just went to Download Festival. We played 150,000 people. We played 60, 70,000 in Europe. Yeah, so we played. Yeah. It's you know, because it's rock, but it's just part of Ice-T. You know, so you know, those that like it. Thing about me, like Sway, if you like me acting, cool. If you like me rapping, cool. If you like my books, cool. Like rock. If you don't like any of them, that's cool too, because. If you like one of them, you like me. Now, if you don't like me because I do one of the other things, well, then fuck off. I don't care. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't apologizing.
Nah, but you know, it's all me. It's all different versions of me, and it's you know, you're only here for a minute. Do what you like. You know?
Yeah. How when you start doing reality TV in retrospect, do you feel like that helped the brand, help branch out the brand, or?
I think reality television, you know, kind of let people see what it. See, when they offered me to do reality television, I said no.
Yeah.
Because I don't throw drinks in people's faces. I don't flip over tables. I don't act ignorant. In my world, it's high level respect. Like everyone overly respects each other, especially when you come around gangsters. You disrespect somebody, it could be some smoke. Like people don't take it well. So you overdoing it to your homeboy. You good? I love you. You know, you know everybody's good. Everything. Heather, you cool, right? You don't ever want nothing to. So I'm watching these shows and I'm like, I'm not doing that bullshit. That shit's stupid. So when they came at me, I was like, no. Then they said, come on, just do a pilot. And so when we did the pilot, it was funny. And I said, yeah, it's more laughs around my life than drama. And so that's why they named it Ice Loves Coco, based off I Love Lucy.
Okay.
And it was just kind of fun. But I was like, I ain't trying to floss on nobody. I'm just trying to show you what's behind. You know, before that show, people thought you come over my house. I had motherfuckers on meat hooks.
Yeah.
Like, they like, yo, I mean, Ice-T's house, they loading guns all day. and then when we showed my life, it was like, it ain't really that serious.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's more fun.
But did you get people testing you once they realized that, yo, this dude is kind of a soft and cuddly guy?
Well, you know, people always see me, meet me, and they go, Ice, you nice. I'm like, well, you're not my enemy. You know, you're not my enemy. Nigga, we could put them hoods up. Nigga, we could turn this P into a G real quick, cuz. But I don't have to live like that. I don't have to carry myself like that around people that haven't offended me or hurt me. But you get tested your whole life.
But you just posted.
Once you stop killing niggas, you get tested.
You get tested, right?
Once the word is out, the niggas really ain't bodying niggas no more.
Oh, my God.
I mean, as real as that. Once the word is out, well, he's got a lot to worry about right now. Nigga ain't really gonna go hard like that.
Yeah.
But then you spend more time, the people that cross you, saving their life than going after them, because now you got, you know, your crew who really want to get a stripe talking about, and you're like, no, don't do it. Now the dude, your enemy, does not know you're saving his life. You're over there like, no, please don't do nothing. Please don't do nothing. Yo, but fuck him. No, please. It doesn't even know that you're a guardian angel saving him.
So how do you get back at your enemies now? If you
I let them live. I let them live and suffer in their own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that serious. I mean, if you cross the line, you know what I'm saying? If somebody mess with Chanel, I'm putting on the jumpsuit. I got to go to prison. I got to rock it the rest of the way. I'll be in there with Bill. Hey, what up, God? Whatever. We got a whole commissary down, nigga. This is what it is. Oh, this, lock this down. But
Come on, man.
I got to go there. But other than that, it's not much that's going to push me as being an enemy, or you have to threaten somebody I love or hurt somebody. All this, the talk and all that. It's
but don't you think, though, you just posted you just had a birthday. Like, at what stage in your life does that bullshit?
Yeah, y'all turned 62.
Yeah,
right.
so,
you know what I'm saying?
So, like,
Still,
you looking like the 28.
still, you know, like a player, man, you're still thin in the waist, handsome in the face. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't worry about me. Worry about earthquakes. So don't worry about me.
Don't worry about it? Okay, all right. I'm
Worry about earthquakes,
Okay,
man.
because I just, like, at what point does the bullshit stop? Like, you know, you 62. Like, who else is, why would people even come up to you? Like, you.
Hey, man, why do people throw rocks at the lions in the zoo, man?
Yeah.
Why? Just to see it jump, see it growl, see it, you know, and you know, what's a safe distance to talk stuff to somebody that you know will take your head off? The internet. It's fun. It's easy. Yeah. It's you hiding and stuff. But let's trip up this way. I have never in my life had anyone walk up to me in the street in public and disrespect me. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that. So it's, we're living in a different world right now. Your lovers will approach you. Your haters will stay across the street. But, that's what haters, but they never cross the line. They never push the line. So why worry about them? You just have to let that go. And also another thing is, no matter how much hate there is, you're insulated with love. You have so many people that love you, it insulates you from it. Like if you watch me on Twitter, if somebody says something to me, I go, really? And boom, it's like, the fans is like, man, you crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have those issues. I'm not like at a point where I'm trying to build a rep. Like as a young artist, you're out here, you have to try to build a reputation. If I don't have one by now, then it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. Sway, I don't want no problems, man.
See that Law and Order money, Heather? You know that
Law and Order money was a cushion that allowed me to kind of like become more creative with my music and relax. I didn't go in Law and Order to be there 21 years. I went there to do 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I was trying to invent iTunes. I had a record label, and people think I'm lying. Google, you guys do that later. Google Ice-T invents iTunes, and you'll see it, me tell you exactly how iTunes is going to be. I was trying to do that. I didn't have the money or the platform to do it, but I knew this was coming. And Law and Order just came. One thing leads to another. You don't guide life, you ride life, man. I never could have expected where I'd be, but once you off the block and you ain't really, life changes.
Life changes.
Life
right?
changes. And you should change with it.
Absolutely. Ice-T is here. We talking about Carnivore, the new Body Count album.
That's
coming
crazy.
Out March 6th. Yeah.
Now when I say I'm coming up to Sway, I say for Body Count, and they like, no, Sway and them like your rock stuff. I was like, okay, that's cool, because it's a hip hop situation.
Come on, but Ice, don't do that, man. We've been more than just one thing, man. We ain't monolithic. Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Made Cop Killers, bro. That shit was hip hop. That was punk rock. That was everything.
Well, still Ice-T regardless. Body Count is just me doing the same rap shit, but just with a little more rage and a little more anger over metal. That's it. That's when we came out. I said, what we'll do is we'll give the same intensity of Slayer, same intensity of any of the metal bands, but I'll sing about the same stuff we sing about on our rap records. That makes us unique, and that makes us like probably one of the longest running hardcore metal bands out there still, even black or white now.
One of my favorite songs, I'm going to play this now and then come back and talk more with Ice-T, is Another Level.
Yeah.
And that's, but before I get to that, also the Ace of Spades remake you did for Motorhead, for Lemmy, you dedicated it to Lemmy, a Motorhead. That were y'all friends?
Yeah, I actually work with Lemmy, and he's an original. Like certain people you meet are officially originals, meaning nothing influenced them. Like you just know, like if you meet Ozzy Osbourne, that's Ozzy Osbourne. That's James Brown. That's George Clinton. There's nothing there was nobody. It was just them.
Yeah.
And when I met Ozzy, he was that guy. There's also a good song where I dedicate to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, that one is called When I'm Gone.
Yeah.
And in that song, you talk about people giving you your flowers and everything. When after you're gone, don't give me those fake tears, all that love you're giving me. You could have gave me that when I was breathing.
Well, what happened when Nipsey passed, rest in peace, Nipsey from my neighborhood, we went to Crenshaw High School, he was 60s, the hood, and I knew how much love came out, but they sold the Staples Center out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
But he was dead. I'm like, would y'all have done that when he was alive? Why can't we do this for our living people? So, it kind of triggered me like, yeah, a lot of people love him, but a lot of people are doing photo ops right now, So that song is inspired by that. The one you about to play, Another Level, is just about getting over adversity and people telling you can't do it. But then when you do it and you level up, they looking at you like, oh, yeah. I'm like, no. You wasn't with me.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm on another level, and there's another level and another level.
Yeah.
So that's what this song's about.
Let's play that. And if you got a story where people doubted you,
turn it up, y'all.
Okay. You have to step up away from that hate. Come on. You can relate to this. You took them to another level. 888-742-3345. Body count.
BC, baby.
Drive to this. That is just straight run somebody over. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you drive to.
Oh man, this whole album got that energy on it though. Point the finger, so real. So much stuff that's happening in our communities right now. All last year we kept reporting on stories of people just sitting in their houses getting shot and then being told it was their fault.
Yep, point the finger. That's what that song's about.
Yeah, that's deep. What else? No remorse. Ice-T said something in this song, Heather, that we talk about a lot. A lot of people been apologizing lately for comments they made or how they feel. In this song, he says, I refuse to apologize. I refuse to fucking apologize.
Yeah, and if I offended you, it was intentional.
Yeah.
You did, you know what I'm saying? So it's no remorse. Like, I'm not going to say nothing to take it back, Jack. If I say it, I mean it.
A lot of folks like been apologizing, though.
Well, sometimes you talk under emotions, and therefore you say stuff you don't mean. I try to think before I speak. You know what I'm saying? That's why rants are scary, when you just talking and you're not, you mad, or you may be drunk, or you may be high.
Yeah.
And then you say stuff you regret. I try to stay away from that.
Darian from Utah on the line. Body Count is the album coming out March 6th. Pre-order it now. Go ahead. It's called Carnivore, D. Called Carnivore. Body Count album. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I've got to tell you, I've listened to you for years. When the first Body came out, I was probably in 7th grade.
That's what's
and
up.
I got to tell you, I've been listening to you for years. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate you, kind of speaking out on if there's a time and a place to be a G, and when you grow up and you get out of that and you step away from it, and shit's not that important and fighting's not that important. And I got to tell you, I've explained that to both my boys that just ended up in jail over the weekend. And,
what? For what?
I just told them, I said, hey,
whoa, Paul,
they were sticking up for their little brother.
Are they stuck up for their little brother?
Yeah, their little brother called me in the middle of the night, was getting chased by some dudes in a truck. So I was out of town. I called my 2 older boys, and they ended up both in jail by chasing some kids down.
Well, I got to big him up for that, because sometimes when your little brother's in trouble and the big brothers come to the rescue, they might have to sit this one out a little bit. But hopefully they didn't kill nobody. They kill somebody.
No. One of the brothers ended up running. They stuck up for their brother. One of the brothers ended up running the other brother, or one of the other guys, off the road with his truck. I mean, shit hit the fan. But anyway, go back. I appreciate
where they call it from.
What a great dad!
Yeah, go bail them out, pops. Go bail them out. Go bail them out right quick.
Darian, you a citizen, man. Go
in Utah.
She got wild in Utah. You know what I'm saying?
Get your kids, man. Go get your kids.
It's wild. They was holding their brothers down. No, I can't be mad at that.
Ice was like, you might have to sit this one out. But what happened? Did they kill somebody?
No, I was backing him up. I was like, it's good your brothers. Yeah. But I don't. Did they murder?
Yeah. I don't want to, because they'll take this part of your interview and attach it to it. And
I see this condones the murder of some young kid. I did not do. I didn't mean it.
Hey, Brent, what you want to say to Ice-T?
What's popping, Brent?
Hey, man, big fan. Quick question. So, back in the early '90s, you had toured with Guns N' Roses and Metallica. I think I saw the concert at Mile High Stadium in Denver. And just wanted to know kind of how that came about and what it was like to be on tour with 2 iconic metal bands.
Well, what had happened, I think Motorhead had pulled out or something. Something had happened, and we were Axl was a fan of ours, and Duff was a fan of ours. So we got the call, and at the last minute, it's like, would you guys want to go out with them? We like, hell yeah. So we showed up, and it was crazy because they had all this production, and we were like a little bitty band sitting in the middle of the stage. But, they ran us through the same speakers they did, and we were loud, and everybody remembers that. That was a great show for us to hang out with. You know, we had one tour bus. Guns N' Roses had 27 tour buses.
Oh my God, 27. Hey Brent, let me
helicopters. You know, I mean, you know, it was the big league, and here we were.
Wow.
But we got a taste of it, like what it looked like, to play
On that level.
Yeah. Hey,
that's another level.
That's
Another
another level. Hey Brent, how did the and I'll ask you this too, Ice. How did the metal crowd initially receive you from your perspective? And then from Brent, I want to ask you from being in the crowd. How did they? Because coming from hip hop, you know how it was back then. Everything was segregated.
One of our first shows we played with Exodus up in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It was all skinheads. Right, so we like, oh shit, this is gonna be different, right? So we came out and we had the yellow tape, and they was doing all they shit, they skinhead shit. By the second song, they were moshing.
Wow.
By the second song, you know what it is? Hip hop and rock, it's the same thing. Don't pose. If you're a white kid and you can rap, have your bars up. We give you props. If you get out there and you trying to rock and you playing around with the guitars, everyone in the audience is a musician. So they looking at you. And they like, oh, they faking. Oh, whoa. These motherfuckers can really play. They give you the props. And then they seen what we was doing up there. You got Bad Brains. This is not absolutely new, black people in the rock.
Absolutely.
But and then we got the cosign. We got the cosign from Slayer, Henry Rollins, like he say, Metallica. We got early cosign by everybody that was official. So nobody could really ever say nothing to us. So we just said, we just got to go out here and kick ass every night. I feel like Eminem. Like Eminem knew when he came in hip hop, he had to be that much better.
Yeah.
We knew Body Count had to be that much better. And and 8 albums in.
That's
and
true.
You hear it, ain't
Crazy.
We're
That's
not bullshit.
That's accurate, Brent, from your perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I
Okay.
remember being at that concert, and they weren't supposed to play Cop Killer. There was a lot of controversy around it, and hell yeah, they played it. And shit went crazy when they played it. There was.
Were you there when I wiped my ass with the police's paper? Were you there that time?
You wiped your.
Yes, that was the best.
The cops gave me this thing, and it was a readout. Like, if you play this, you will be arrested. Do not play this song. They put it in my dressing room. Well, you know what Ice-T did? I read it at my concert and then wiped my ass with it, and we went into.
Did you read it and wiped your ass
with it? That's
rock and roll.
That's how you make it out here. You got to make something or break something. Fuck the police. My attitude was like, you gonna take me to jail for singing a song? You know what I'm saying? I come from. I'm not gonna say this, but I'm from the era of bodies in the trunk.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you really think that scares a nigga like me who really used to break the law? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that song?
Cuff me up, nigga, for that.
that song. How important, for that? I know how important that song.
Yo, we over here.
Ice over there. I can't even get my shit in. But go ahead, man.
I'm sorry, Sway.
He forgot it was an interview. Ice just zoned out somewhere. He like, yo,
thinking about how they used to threaten us for stuff like that, and it was just so petty to somebody.
Like a citation.
Right. I'm worried. Oh God.
If that song today is still applicable.
Yes.
Yeah. No regrets on making that song.
It was a protest record.
Yeah.
It was a record about, how the cops were treating us in South Central LA. I don't know how they were doing in New York 20 years ago. And now you see it still going on. I mean, when I sung it, people were like, you're making this up. This isn't really go on. But now people can see it. They with these phones, finally they say, oh, this is what Ice was singing about. So I've been kind of vindicated. Like, but it was me. It was a protest record. I was in the studio singing Talking Heads. I was singing Psycho Killer, and my drummer said, man, we need a cop killer. I'm like, word? And he said, yeah, man, these cops is taking off on niggas. They shot such and such, whoop-de-whoop. And I started thinking, what if somebody snapped and went after the cops because of police brutality? And I wrote Cop Killer as a guy who lost it. It wasn't me. The song wasn't You Should Go Cop Killing. It wasn't Let's Go Cop Killing. It was I'm the cop killer. And, what got people mad is people liked the song. Like, if I had made a record Kid Killer, people would have hated me. If I said Fireman Killer, people would have hated me. But when I say cop killer really is basically authority killer. People hate rules. Yeah. People hate walking to a door and a guy says no. So when you go against that type of energy, and now the real actually, it's amazing that we're 25 years later and the cops are still acting wild like that.
I mean,
you know,
it just,
but they never stopped.
It just
you just can see it.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Ice-T is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up, Blake on the line from Florida. Go ahead. Blake, what is it?
It's Black.
What you want to say
what
real
up,
quick?
Black? Shit.
I love
Black
that
Blake.
motherfucking song, Ice-T, man. Man, that damn drummer went off on there, bro.
See?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
In the way you talked on the track with the beat going in the back, man, that shit was tough as fuck. Like Heather said, you can't drive no shit like that.
Nah, dude, somebody road rage.
Yeah. Well, you might check out the album. It's called Carnivore. It's all in that vein. You know, it's heavy, but it's all about something.
Hey, you could pre-order it now. Matter of fact, pre-order it. It's going to be a release party Tuesday, March 3rd, presented by Revolver Magazine and SiriusXM's Liquid Metal at Sony Square. So you got to RSVP on Body Count's IG page. You could go see the whole thing. Me and Ice-T just talked, and so he invited me to the house to come sit down and do a long-form conversation. Not even an interview.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Just chill.
He's been to our house in L.A. and chilled. You know, me and Tech's house in the Valley.
With Jay-Z. I brought Jay-Z over there.
That's right.
That's crazy.
See, when I say this shit, nobody believes me. now I got to get Ice-T to say it.
Jay would come out to L.A. and, you know, him and Dame, you know, we were friends. Mm-hmm. And then one day he was with me. He said, man, I got to go to the Valley. I got to go do something. And we drove him out there and was swaying Tech spot. Jay jumped out the car and did some freestyle, amazing stuff that he does. Mm-hmm. That's the first time I ever seen him just come off the head like that. I'm like, what the hell, is he writing this stuff?
It was crazy, man.
He's amazing, but he was a youngster back then.
Mm-hmm.
This was back when, you know, he had Hawaiian Sophia. I think the first record, his first album.
Yeah, that was out of Reasonable Doubt. And I got one picture from that day of him sitting on our couch going over the lyrics in his head and then going and spitting the shit. And me and Tech is looking like, did he just do that? We believed he had it written. That's how dope it was.
I met Jay with Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane brought him over my crib back in the day. He had a backpack on. Jay-Z. I was like, see, being an OG, being my age, I'm fortunate enough to be able to meet a lot of artists when they first started. Yeah. I met Bone Thugs backstage. I met Snoop. I remember I met Snoop. He couldn't get in the club.
Wow.
Because they never heard Deep Cover. I got him and Dog Pound in. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of relationship I have with so many artists is just because of the time that, you know, I was in early. Like, people like, well, Ice-T, well, you know, NWA. I said, I had 2 albums out before NWA came out. Me and Dre's like this. It's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, but they say those who say don't know, and those who know don't say. So, you know, I'm good. That's why I never had no beef with nobody, man.
Ice-T. I mean, you know, rap beefs, but that was battle beef.
That was LL.
Yeah. Y'all cool now, right?
Me and LL ran at each other in Monte Carlo, Jack. Chilling in church. Pimpin' was big pimpin'.
Different kind of beef.
Now we're on another level.
Only reason we beef, it was rap beef. LL had came out and said he was the best in the world. I'm coming out of LA. I'm trying to rep LA. Can't nobody be the best. You got to be the best. So I say, I don't think so. That's really all our beef was about. You know, and that's what hip hop was.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a girl rapper out and Heather comes out, she got to say, I don't think so. You know, and we went back and forth a little bit, but you know, nobody was ever planning to hurt nobody. You know, it's this rap.
Okay, there it is. Ice-T, ladies and gentlemen. I know you got another interview, so we're going to hook it up when you come back. Nah, I'm going to come to your house. Heather come. Heather can cook, too.
Heather, you can come through. Kick it with Chanel, chill, talk.
Let's get it.
I appreciate it.
Ice, I love you, man. New album, Carnivore, coming out March 6th. Nothing but bangers on it.